Hey, CDA, and welcome back to Corsair Cove, where last time I did so many quests. We actually have 11 points waiting for us to spend, because not only did we complete the quest and get a whole lot of points for that, we also did some smuggling runs, we have a boatload of pirates, literally, and we have some completed events with Honorata, as well as we hunted down Whale, apparently. That's 11 points, and as you can see, I'm pretty close to getting several more, but first things first, let's spend these. First up, I have 5 points spent in seafaring, and I think we are gonna pick up the cartographer. Not really because I'm interested in using the 50 coin skill in order to unlock the regions, but 5% movement speed per cartographer is actually pretty decent. Now on top of that, let's get some iron mine production, let's get some pigment production as well. We're not using that yet, but I'm guessing we're gonna be doing that in the near future. And then I definitely also want to pick up Seafarer Stamina. This is just going to boost all of my normal routes, so the roads, bridges, etc., by 4% in terms of speed. That's actually going to be pretty significant. Now we have one more point to spend. Let's see. I can spend some stuff to get more cohesion. That's not really a problem, though. We can get some housing. We already have that. Deposit capacity for my pearls, maybe not either, but the toolmaker production, I'm not sure what that is going to help us with, but I'm pretty sure we can use some more of it. For my 4 points in notoriety, I think I'm just going to max out the soup kitchen production, because you know that's going to be massively useful, and then for the same reason pick up some lead mine production as well. We're not quite in the last tier here yet, but we're getting pretty close. Now then, here with the wealth, let's see, we do have the grand market available, and you know, trading coins for upkeep resources like food, drinks, and clothing. I'm not sure how expensive those are going to be, but let's find out. Do we need any of the other things? Not really, although I am still tempted to just go out and kind of upgrade my leather production, because again, that is one of my main bottlenecks. Now, sadly, we don't have any points towards Empire, which is also kind of blocking me from getting some of the level 4 ships. So I guess that should probably be one of our next focuses. Now, let me check this out. We have an Empire deed, so we can build a couple of camps. We want to do that anyway. We could raid a couple of crown ports. We can easily do that, so that's 2 more points. And then maybe by upgrading some outputs for the medicine, we can get 3 points. How many do we need? We need 4, so that is actually not quite enough just yet. Well, first things first, we actually have only 3 ships at the moment, so let's start constructing one, and I think we're gonna go for a level 4 one, specifically the blue version, because we don't have that yet, and we can either pick a hunter or a hunter plus, and that's just strictly better, so we're gonna build one of those. Now let's see, that is going to give us a new type of crew, the navigator, and they need, what is it, wine and... I actually don't know what that other thing is. It's 2 things we don't currently have, so we're gonna have to work on that. For the same reason, if I am going to my other ships, let's see, this is a destroyer. I don't think we can actually make a destroyer plus, can we? A level 4 one? No, we actually don't have that unlocked yet, so sorry Raven, you're gonna have to make do with what you currently have. However, I do think we can upgrade this one into a Reaver Plus, so that is definitely going to be worth it. That's gonna need the same materials for the crew there as well, and let's see what you need. I really like the overviews in this game, by the way. So we currently have a level 3 Prowler, but we can only upgrade that to a level 4 base one, because the level 4 base plus one, the Prowler Plus, is not available because we also need Empire points for that. So yeah, this is kind of blocking me. That being said, I think this one is strictly better anyway. The level 5 one, and we're really close to getting that just due to the amount of points we have anyway. So I think we're going to be fine upgrading our ship to a level 4 one for now. Okay, it took me a minute to figure out why my ships weren't being built, but yeah, apparently I need fittings for some of my ship upgrades, as well as, what do we need over here? Some figureheads. I unlocked those quite a while ago, but I actually haven't built that production yet, so this just seems a good time to do that. So let's go back in the overview and see what we need, because there's actually an overview for the production chains as well. So, where are you? Where are you? Finding the resource, however, there's... Oh, I can actually look at that. Okay, so fittings. there was a search option. I actually never noticed that before. Okay, so you can see the entire production. So we need copper ore and then a bloomery in order to make that into copper. That seems to be all there is to it. And we also need some charcoal, and that's just hardwood and stone. Okay. Okay, so we have this nice little region over here where we have some lime. I said stone, but I meant lime. We have copper as well, and we have some fertile area where we can get the wood from. Well, actually, you need quite a few buildings to just start a new production line, even one that's so simple like this one, although it is a little bit more buildings than you would normally need just for the production line, of course, because I also need a galley, because we have a new pirate base over here, and we need some housing as well, but all this is actually going to take a minute to build. Oh, wait, there's a catch. I was wondering why my satisfaction was going down, but I need some roast birds over here. Why? Because apparently the hammer mill that employs some master hands requires that. So these master hands require some booze, that's simple enough, but it also requires some fowl, apparently. So I think what I'll have to do is actually temporarily stop this. This should take away, I think, the production. Oh wait, I have 2 of those, so let's fix that. There we go. Yep, satisfaction is fixed. We're gonna have to fry some birds. Well, on the bright side, apparently we have some birds right over here, and I love the looks of that building. Now, the bird catcher is gonna, well, catch birds. We also need a herbalist, because apparently we need to season the birds by putting this over here. Now, it seems like the base production of a bird catcher is 6, and we can build 3 rotisseries in order to produce the meat for this. So it feels like we might as well be efficient and produce a whole bunch of that stuff over here and then export it to wherever it needs to go. Do I have some? Yeah, I still have some space over here for the herbalist. So we're gonna need to build how many of those? Well, 3, I guess, because that is actually going to nicely tie up to 3 of these. Actually, we're producing a little bit more herbs than we need in that case, but that's okay. Well, in the meanwhile, I used my remaining level 3 ship, now captained by Enrique, over to complete another ambition. So this is actually going to give us 3 Empire Principal points, which is going to be massive, because that's exactly what we need. But before we get to that, let me see. The birdcatcher is online, and look at how awesome this building looks, guys. It's amazing, which is rivaled only a little bit by the place here where we're actually apparently grilling those birds. I mean, all the buildings in this game, guys, they look so amazing. Anyway, enough gushing. Let's see. We have a pretty decent production of those roast birds now. Are you getting enough of the herbs from over here? We might as well double up on those links, because let me see. There's the other one. Let's make sure you're getting that from all the places where you can. Now I had 3 of those, right? So 1, 2... Oh, the other one is down here. I kind of tucked it away over here. But yeah, this should do the trick. Okay, so we have plenty of that production now, which should mean that we can turn these back on as well. Now, do I need this much production? I mean, this is going to produce like 20 of these fittings per minute. I actually don't think so. I think overbuilding building materials in this game and construction materials is really easy to do. But, you know, we're probably going to need those roast birds anyway for something else, I hope. We're actually slightly low on housing, so let me go and fix that. Yeah, let's just buy the largest version just because we can. Let's build it over here, kind of out of the way. Then that should take care of all the happiness buffs over here. I am actually also building a tower over here. Now, let me just get the tower from the warehouse all the way on the other side of the island. Is that efficient? Nope. But we're not getting attacked that often anyway, so this should be fine as long as we don't get attacked here in the next, 10 minutes or so. If that does happen, it's still not the end of the world. We'll just have to repair some buildings. So all in all, not the most difficult part of the game. However, we're not quite done yet because we're also going to need figureheads. And again, this is at this point where these overviews really come in handy. Apparently we need a lime deposit and a cochineal deposit to make some pigment along with some wood, and then that's gonna make sure we can make those awesome looking figureheads. Now actually I don't know where we have cochineal, but it might be at the same location that we were just building. Actually, let me check that out. Okay, well that's interesting. The cochineal harvester is apparently something that is tiny insects. Okay, that's interesting. Can I build these anywhere? No. I do need to build them in fertile ground, but that's actually pretty convenient because we have the limestone over here, so we can build these. We can then build the limestone. Now I'm starting to look smart because I initially confused the stone and the limestone several times actually. But that's okay, because now we have a little bit of both of those. And let me see, we do need the master carver as well, so we are gonna make use of the other half of that wood production, I think. But then where's the pigment maker? I know I saw you in here somewhere. Oh, here you go. Okay, so we need some of that. Can we build this on the wall? Yeah, we can. So let's put that over there. Okay, there we go. So I also built the master carver now, and all of that stuff is going to go into this warehouse and or wherever we need those figureheads. So that's actually kind of cool now. I'm also quite impressed. This started out as me trying to just build a little bit of production, and it turns out we built an entire new section of our pirate base to produce, well, I guess 3 things. So we are producing the copper here, or the fittings to be exact. That's what the copper is for. We're producing a new type of food over here in the there we go. So the roast bird, and we are now producing some of those figureheads. Now that's nice and all, and we are now actually able to start using our ships again, but those ships are going to need new types of crews as well. So let's see, the buccaneers need some sort of leaves and eye patches. They are very piratey. And the, what are they called? The navigators need some wine, as well as, I think this is ink. Now, what's interesting is that the wine as well as the leaves, I don't think I can actually produce those things. Yeah, so look over here. The wine cannot be produced on the island, but some merchants carry them. And the same goes for the tobacco. That's what those leaves were. Cannot be produced on the island. So that's interesting. I have 3,000 bottles of wine. Now, that's not really my first concern, but where am I going to get that tobacco? Well, it's not the end of the world, because we can just start crewing our ships by just using the bombardiers and the swabbies. Now, this is already going to put 80 people on our ships. If you compare that to what we started with, well, it's quite considerable. Same goes for the crow's eye. We have 50 of those on this ship, and I actually can't recruit swabbies here because I still need to build a tavern. But we're going to have to find a source of tobacco. And I also think my level 4 ships now should be enough to finally clear that Jonas event that we couldn't do last time. Honestly, that was still surprisingly hard, losing 30 crew along the way, but we made it.
We shall reclaim the 7 seas in the name of the old gods.
Does that mean you're gonna join us, Jonas?
Yeah. What do you mean you don't know what you saw? Ye of little faith. My role, at least, is clear. I shall remain at your side until you are true believers.
You say so.
I guess that means that Jonas now has joined our ranks. Okay, so that's nice. We are also going to be able to do some very easy... oh, this is a storm. I was actually going to go for this smuggling run. Smuggling a run, not a rum, because we're actually smuggling wine apparently, because this is where the wine is going to come from. So we are going to have to do regular runs through this smuggling environment over here in order to do all of that. Let me see, did we have any smuggling operations up here? No, we do have a crown port up here, which we can raid for tobacco. And the nice thing is that Timothy over here actually has a buff that says a plus 100%. Is that Timothy? No, that's Enrique. Sorry. But he does get a plus 100% bonus to tobacco whenever he raids anyone. So if I am not mistaken, that means that if he rates it, he's gonna get us 3,000 tobacco with a single run. And yeah, working like intended, 3,000 tobacco just because we have a captain that's really good at raiding. Well, the Monkey Paw quest was just chasing some pirates down, but the quest relating to the pirate captain, or the pig captain I should say, is, as you can see, it's pretty interesting. As a side note, remember this tavern, the Ocean's End? Well, we can actually go there again and pick up another one of these quests. I think that this is the one we completed before, right? So we can just go in there. If you refuse the initial mission, you will get to do this again. A pig captain, a perfect plan gone horribly wrong, or... So there, we can basically pick whatever we want. Let's go for the pig captain. This is going to give us 3 wealth principal points. And all of that sounds pretty interesting. Oh, that's interesting. It seems we can actually accept all of these at the same time. That's a lot of new side quests. I mean, that's nice and all, but I can only raid this crown port once every hour, and that's going to give me, well, 1500 or 3000, depending on who I send there. I have a smuggling run over here that I can repeat for 1500 wine, but all of that is not really going to be enough to sustain entire ships full of these people, because if I'm not mistaken, this is going to cost me, well, assuming we crew it entirely with buccaneers, it's going to take 35 per minute, which means I need a few thousand tobacco per hour in order to sustain that. So the tobacco can actually keep up with a single ship, but if we have more than one ship with buccaneers, that's not going to cut it, at least not if we just do this run. We're going to have to find alternative ways to get that. At the same time, all of this is not relevant until we actually have the eyepatch production up and running as well. And don't forget, we need the ink as well. And talking about keeping pirates happy, it also seems I'm having some issues keeping up with the supply of turtle soup and slops in some of my more remote locations, so we're going to have to up the production of that as well. Although for the moment this seems to be mostly a logistics problem because we have thousands of these slops still in storage, but because they need to be transported so far away, everything is just taking too long. I can solve a lot of these problems with some more coin, but I'm actually running constantly low on that. So in order to up my coin production, I'm going to place down a couple more trading posts. Now these trading posts themselves cost money as well. I'm just hoping they will earn that back over time. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to place a trading post near my 4 shipyards, because that makes it a lot easier to sell the stuff that my pirates keep bringing back. So yeah. Somewhere around there, and then maybe with a little bit of a bridge over here should do the trick. My pier is actually over here, so let's add in some more awesome looking rope ladders. I also just noticed that our new captain Jonah over here has a bonus for wine. Now this one is only 50%, but he actually gets a plus, why I think, yeah, Enrique actually makes the ships worse. But yeah. Making sure that we get 50% additional wine might also be a very nice hat to have in the long run. Anyway, I did some rerouting of my logistics and it seems that we solved the problem for now. I also realized that if I start using some of these navigators, I can also just reduce the number of crow's eyes or whatever the secondary tier of crew I have, because that's actually going to kind of lessen the strain on my supply lines there. I mean, there's nothing wrong really with using swabbies as long as I have sufficient stats on my ships. All of this discussion is really pointless though if we don't actually build the other requirements for our crew as well. And thankfully, between some of the raids that I just did in some random events and out in the world, and selling of some of the stuff I raided from the villages, yeah, we should be able to make a decent amount of gold. Okay, so let's see. In order to make eye patches, I need leather and fiber. Okay, that seems pretty straightforward, but the whole problem with leather, as always, is that I need salt as well. Luckily, I do have an untapped salt resource over here, but we're gonna need another pirate camp in order to tap into it. But luckily, this one is actually right next to one of the ships that needs those eye patches as well, so that's not all bad. We even have the leaves of it, or at least the fiber over here, so we can build a leaf cutter as well. Turns out that making these eye patches is actually pretty straightforward. I mean, it only takes 2 leather as well as 2 fiber in order to start making 15 per minute. So actually that is a very good rate considering a single leaf cutter is already producing 12. So we could ideally have 6 of these eye patch makers just for that single one. And then the leather is, honestly, with all the upgrades that we got, is not that bad either. A single tanner actually makes 16 per minute as well. So yeah, we can make all the eye patches we want just over here. So I built a total of 5 of these things for the moment. I could build in a 6th, but honestly this is gonna produce 75 per minute already, which is quite a bit, and that's without any upgrades, I think. Yeah. So that is going to be transported to this warehouse over here, and then it's gonna go into the barber surgeon, because I actually hadn't built one of those here because, well, I didn't need it. But these guys are gonna need those eye patches for sure. I keep having issues with the happiness of my pirates, and mostly because I'm running out low on slops. Well, not really running low on slops, I'm just not able to transport them quickly enough to this side of the island. So I decided, well, I'm gonna build a secondary slop facility then. So I built a wood workshop here, a weaver, and yeah, I'm going to slowly... Well, while I'm fixing that, I'm actually fighting a big captain, and I have no idea what's happening with this particular storyline, but I'm all in for it. Oh no, don't tell me I accidentally killed the piggy. I don't know. Oh, hold on. Maybe not. We still have one more event to go for. Well, it seems we can either just deliver him to our island and gain a single pig, or we can eat him, which is definitely not what we're gonna do, or we can give him time to heal and ask Jefferson what he wants to do, but we're gonna need 500 herbs for that, and I'm actually running really low on herbs. In general, I'm having a little bit of an issue keeping my pirates happy, because as I was expanding and producing more stuff, I'm running out of drifters. Basically, I am pushing my island production to the max. Because in order to deal with the entire slop issue, I built another couple of slop shops on the other side of my island with another couple of tanners and basically everything that went along with it. But then I ran out of food, so I built another couple of Buccaneers grill and another galley. I'm actually still in the progress of building that, but I can't actually put anyone to use in there because I'm out of drifters. So what I think I do is I'm kind of gonna push the reset button. I am going to fire my crew, and then slowly start building up the crew that I actually want and need to progress. As a side note, in the meanwhile, I've been completing a whole bunch of, well, the random stories that we just saw, like the pig quest that gave us some additional points, but apparently I also completed a whole bunch of deeds in the process without even trying. So we had the level 4 ship already. We have 100 total booze output. Okay, apparently we plundered some stuff, yes. We built more medicine production, we have 10 pirate camps, we have the eyepatch production, we have a lot of Enrique events as well. We have over 1,000 pirates, nice. I completed events with Timothy, and we apparently built a couple of efficient transport routes to the barber surgeon. Wow, okay, that's 20 points we can spend to start optimizing some of our production lines as well. So on the side of wealth, let's pick up stew search. That's gonna help with that food production. For seafaring, I think I'm gonna go with upgrading my apothecary and my cobbler to make sure I have enough resources for those typical things that the pirates need. On the notoriety path, I think I'm gonna see what these courtesans can do to solve my drifter problem. I also think at least a rank in the cistern might be worth it, because, you know, we're producing quite a bit of water for all of our different things. We can also improve the brewery production, I guess. What does this do? Allows the captain to curse the opponent's dice in a 7 Seas event so that the opponent only roll once. Well, that's probably going to be really expensive knowing this game. But resurrecting lost crew in 7 Seas events so long the ship survives by building the Ocean Colosseum. That sounds completely overpowered. It's also a tier 5 ability, so I assume it is that for a reason. Okay, we can also do the provisioner, make hardtack without raiding for grain. I'm not sure what that does yet, but I think it's probably going to be a good thing. And upgrading the flag maker production, yeah, that sounds like a pretty good idea as well. Now, that was all my points for notoriety. And all of a sudden now I have 11 points for the Empire upgrades. That's an insane amount. A little bit of additional powder production can't hurt, because I'm using that actually to resupply my ships as well. The cider press upgrades is probably worth it, considering I have several of those at this point. I don't think I really need the quarry production. Better and longer, what is these? Elevators. I have several of those at this point, so that can't hurt. A brawler arena, where we can get some money. Steel foundry production, another home, additional deposit expansion on the lead mine that I'm not actually currently using. I don't think I need that, so I think, let's see, let's pick up some more levels of those. A spy nest will increase the range of a pirate camp. I'm gonna unlock it just because I might want to check it out, but I don't think we have a lot of use of that, for that, considering we actually have most of the island under our control already. Now, what else are we gonna pick up? Well, I guess a couple of levels of powder production still makes sense, and then we have one additional one. Let's go with, I don't know, the cider press, just because, again, we have several of those. We are almost at tier 5 here as well. Weirdly enough, we actually surpassed some of the other things that we were leveling for Empire, and now we just gained a whole bunch of deeds, as well as quests completed for that particular subject. As you can see, notoriety is definitely our strongest suit, but everything else is now more or less equalized. Oh, hey, look, another point actually just came in because I intercepted another ship before it actually attacked my town, which is apparently a thing you can do, and that means I have another seafaring point to spend. What are we going to use that on? I actually don't know. I've been skipping most of the special buildings for the seafaring thing. That's actually interesting. I think once again that we're just going to increase production for the apothecary. Oh, and apparently upgrading my stew output actually gained me another deed completed. So we're kind of chaining them into each other now. That's an insane amount of points that I gained just in this episode alone. Okay, what I'm gonna put that in? Well, maybe improved zip lines might be a good thing to get as well. I'm kind of just putting it in random things at the moment. As you can see, you don't get enough points to get everything for sure, but at the same time you get plenty enough to go for the next level ships. We have level 5 ships unlocked in at least one direction now. Let's see, not quite in all the others, no, just in this one single direction, but we're already having issues fielding our level 4 ships, so that might be getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. But look, there's level 6 ships as well to look forward to. Okay, all in all, it looks like we have fairly stabilized our island. What are you complaining about? You're actually complaining about food? Hold on, that is probably because you haven't hooked up to this yet, and you are connecting to that. Yeah, so that should be a temporary problem. Okay, it feels like I'm playing whack-a-mole with all the upcoming warnings, but it does feel like we've stabilized now, and we even have a couple of drifters to spare. Well, in the next episode, we're definitely going to have to start putting some actual upgraded crew on these level 4 ships and expanding outwards to get some more valuable events going again, because I need a lot more people to actually work on my island. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this one. It was a pretty chaotic one, but holy crap, did we do a lot of increases in production. And I didn't actually get around to building the tattoo ink production line yet. But yeah, again, we are out of drifters, so we're gonna have to deal with that in the next episode. Again, either way, if you're still here, you are awesome, and I hope to catch you in the next one.